What's up guys, welcome back to another video. So today, got a couple things done. Don't worry, I didn't film this because I'm just putting the car together like this while I'm moving. It's gonna be in and out like another 3 times, so don't you guys worry, you will see it go in and probably come out again. So deal on the house went through, moving in next month. Pretty excited, got a lot to do though still. Trying to tidy up the car as much as I can, just kind of put everything together so I can move it as one whole cohesive unit instead of little bits and pieces, you know, engine on engine stand, bits on the shelf, stuff like that. Be more of a vlog style, I guess. Just trying to get back into the swing of putting out content for y'all, because now that the parts are here, I do got some videos coming out. Today what we're going to be doing is something that I'm not doing the right way. So I'm chopping this electrical connector here. I won't be buying a new one, just like a more modern looking black slim style one that I can tuck under here like this, so that way it's not visible. But I don't have one of those, and I really want to put the cowl back on. I guess I could do that without doing all this. But today, like, you know, just getting some stuff done, little tiny stuff. It's going to be more of a vlog style video, this one. So I want to put the cowl back on. I don't think I have the little plastic fasteners for it, so I might just see if I can put a couple screws in there to kind of hold it in place. Those little plastic snappers, just, you know, they break. They're brittle, 30 years old. I did see that Hush Performance has a hardware kit for the cowl. Stainless steel hardware, so it might be something I look into. Anyways, holy shit, excuse me. We're doing the cowl today. Maybe get the seats back in, clean all this crap up. The garage is kind of nice and clean. Got a lot more to do. Moving is kind of stressful, but exciting. Just to give you an update of how stuff looks, the idler pulley that I got for this did not work. It just didn't line up with the holes, so I'll have to find one that does. Headlight bucket and the headlight frame, I guess you would call it, is just needs to be clearance just a little bit, because the tolerances are a little bit too tight. All the mounts are good to go. This is a eBay traction bar, which you're going to be seeing a lot of in future videos. So I'm not using this as a traction bar. I just kind of cut down to about the height that I needed it. I'm going to use this as a radiator mount, and I'll be getting an innovative traction bar soon-ish, because they're kind of expensive. If you guys don't know a lot about traction bars, I really don't like the style, because these bolts right here were never meant to take the amount of stress of all the twisting and yaw and pitch of the car when you're driving it hard. That's why I like the innovative one, because it bolts up on these two, where the factory one bolts up where it's meant to take that stress. But I didn't want to throw this away, because I thought it'd be useful one day, and it kind of is. So I still need to smooth this out and everything, make it look a little bit more presentable. I need to whack these off, and then somehow we'll be getting this mounted on here, which is a perk of having the engine in the car, because now I can figure out where it needs to be and what my tolerances are going to be. Future videos coming up on this bad boy, because we are keeping AC in the car. I don't have an AC compressor on there yet. I would like to buy one soon, so I can just, you know, make sure it clears the radiator. Sorry, the alternator just barely clears. So I think I'm going to be doing some shaving on the little nubs of this case, and then shoving some of these, I don't know what you call those, rib nut, not a rib nut, these threaded holes off. I'm just going to be shaving those down, and after that it should fit ever so slightly between these, and I think I'll probably just buy like a little small piece of rubber that can fit in between this and this, so it's not rubbing and marring on each other. So seeing the engine in the car does give me a little bit more motivation to get it done, even though really right now money is kind of the factor. Video before this one, so this video probably won't come out after that, so it might be a little jumbled, but I mean the harness still isn't done. There's not a lot more to do. I gotta finish out this ground distribution blocks. Pretty much you just splice the wires together. I need to extend a couple things, shorten a couple things, and reduce some of the grounds because I don't like these ugly ground bugs. But that is pretty much all we're going to be doing today. So I'm going to go find the cow because I actually don't know where it is. I'll throw that on there just because it's not something I'm going to film putting it on, because you just pick it up and you set it down. But I'll show you guys after it's on. Alright, so I decided to do a couple crazy things. I figured while I was in there, this cover had a really weird bracket that almost scratched the strut tower and it bugged the hell out of me, so I just dremeled it off. The paint's drying on that right now. And I don't know if I showed you, but I have a header for the car now. It is genuine R-Crew. The OG header. A lot of people make replicas of it, so it feels nice to have a good quality header. I was going to go K-tune big tubes, but honestly, I think I would have had a big torque drop off because those tubes are just too big for a stock block. Wound up finding my hardware and my caps for the cow. Pretty surprised at that. But unfortunately, when I was shaving the bay, I don't think I took this off. So all these little dimples I thought were a casting defect, but those are actually just little dimples from where the sparks flew onto it, which kind of sucks. Hopefully I can sand those down and not damage this too much, and then repaint it or shoot it with some bed liner or something. I don't know, but it'll be fine. Now I think I'm gonna clean up this this mess, at least get the seats in the car. Maybe put on the other door card. I'm not sure, it's getting a little ambitious for tonight. It's getting a little wild, guys. It's starting to look like a frickin' car again. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know about you guys, but looks like somebody had some major ass sweat in this seat at some point in time. 2 dirty seats and a dirty old Honda. What more could you want? What's up? It's another day. Still getting this car prepped to move. Trying to decide what I want to do next. I know I want to put the door card in on the passenger side, so that way we get that taken care of. I'm trying to debate if I want to cut this hood around the engine today. We'll have to research a little bit on some methods of doing that, because I'm not exactly sure. And I really want to make minimal clean cuts to the hood, because I don't want to mess it up. It is a Sabon hood, so you know it's a decent quality hood. I'd prefer to keep as much carbon as I can intact. And again, the hood's not heavy at all. It's easy to carry and doesn't take up that much space, so it won't be that bad to move. I don't know. I guess we'll figure it out. We're going to get started with the door card though, so I'm going to get that tidied up and continue on with our day. Back in the dash 2 just to sit it in there. I was going to say to prevent it from getting damaged, but looks like it already did. I'm guessing I had something heavy on top of it on the shelf. Just fine. Shit happens. I don't plan on keeping this speedometer either. I'd like to go with, I think, a Honda Insight one. And like 2 screws just to pretty much temp install it. So that way it's not bouncing around. And while we're at it, might as well throw on the lug flaps since it's like 2 screws. looks like I forgot about these couple bad boys in here. If you struggle with getting the speaker cover off, the clips are right here and right here on both sides. So you just take your pry tool and get in between the clips like that, and just. Right back there is that sneaky little guy I was talking about. He just holds this end on, and you essentially just peel this back lightly. This stays on the seatbelt, and then you pull the door card away from that. Fuck. There she goes. And just twist the seatbelt out through this little channel, which is really hard to do one-handed. Boom. There she is. First, we're going to scrub this B up and then put it back in there, which is just going to be the reverse. How I just showed you to take it out. Alright guys, it's looking good. It's looking like a car again. Got the door card scrubbed down, all installed. Just got to throw the speaker cover in and back over again. I think I'm going to put that back in there and then cover it with this, because I did have this where I'm storing my other miscellaneous interior parts, and it kind of scratched this up. I mean, this is just one of the air tubes from the dash, so I'm gonna have to modify it to fit with the Hush Performance conversion kit, so I don't really care about that too much, but I don't want that to be scratching up the parts like the console that I do care about, because I'm going to be seeing. So probably going to temp install that, temp install this. I guess we'll just see where it takes us next. Alright, so we just gotta get this kind of situated behind those black tabs under the dash. Getting caught up on something. Probably these harnesses. Oh, I mean, it's almost that. Yeah, well, we'll get it there. Gosh dang, guys, look at this. I honestly forgot what it looked like. These cars have such a sweet interior. And yes, the glove box is held on by zip ties. And so is that. Just because all this stuff is going to be taken out because I have to take the dash out again. So it's just in there to chill, kind of in its spot. Next, I'm going to jack up the car. I'm going to go ahead and throw on the header, probably with like, I don't know, 2 nuts and 2 bolts, just so that way it stays on there, because it's kind of an oblong, weird shape. So I think packing it might be kind of difficult, so might as well throw it on the car. Alright, so I got the header in. I had to remove the torque mount and the oil filter to get it to fit up, and there is just a little bit of clearancing issues with the rear subframe, which is pretty typical on K-swapped CRXs. Wow. So as you can see, it's almost on there. That's probably an 1/8 inch gap, maybe a bit bigger, and it looks like we're on to do a little bit of cutting. This primary right here is a little close to where the Hasport mount comes in, which makes me a little nervous. I don't think I should have to really cut that one too much because it's still some play, but this right here, cylinder number 1, is definitely contacting the subframe, so I'm going to have to cut this out ever so slightly. And then I may just try to kind of dimple in on the bracket and the subframe, just to give it a little bit of room for engine load, twisting back and forth. But I mean, it looks pretty freaking good in there. There is about where I'm going to cut. I don't know if I really want to cut it with the engine in there, because it'd be a lot easier if I could sit, in the engine bay and then cut into it. Definitely be a lot easier to get an accurate cut. So I think I'm going to wait. Which kind of sucks. We did a little bit of work to get these off or on. but wasn't really that much. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and take them off. I'll just move those separately, find a safe place for them. Get all banged up or do any banging up. Well, I think I'm gonna cut it off for this video. The car is pretty much prepped. I just wanted to see if I could get that header in. I didn't think I was going to be able to, but I was hopeful. I'm glad that it doesn't have too much clearancing issues with the subframe, because with the big 2 header you have to cut a sizable amount away, and when you have the Hasport mount sitting right there on the subframe where you need to cut, it's kind of like worrisome. But all in all, good productive day. Car almost looks like a car, and it's a lot easier than moving everything separately. So thanks again for watching, guys. See you next time.